Biggest story.
I think the failure of Joe Biden after 6 weeks. I just filed a message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com, and I said to my listeners last night, look, you all know that I said I would give Joe Biden a chance because he asked for one. And in our Judeo-Christian tradition, if somebody asks you for a chance and they're not a convicted felon, you give them a chance, which I did. Okay. But after 6 weeks, we have absolute pandemonium in the country. And I'm looking around, and I'm a simple man, as you know, Beck. Mm-hmm. And I ask very simple questions. Your border policy in Mexico, how exactly is that helping the country? How exactly is it helping the country to allow undocumented people to cross into the United States, request asylum, hand them $1,100 in cash so they can go anywhere they want, and not test them for COVID?
No. At least the Border Patrol in Texas has been testing them for COVID, and
that's not true, Beck.
It is. They have
true.
Released 6% of those who have been released have been tested positive for COVID.
Here's how it works.
Uh-huh.
Here's how it works. Now get a pen.
All right,
and write it down.
All right.
Here's how it works.
Send it to me.
In individual sectors like Brownsville, for example, they do have rapid testing places. And the one in Brownsville, Texas, is in the bus station. But you are not compelled, if you apply for asylum, to go to get tested. Now, if they nail you coming across and you don't apply for asylum, which is nobody now, everybody says, I want asylum, because then you get the money. You get cash, okay? So everybody does that now. All right, but they do not compel you. So the city fathers in Brownsville issued a press release yesterday that said, we put, just in one day, 106 undocumented people on buses who tested positive
for
COVID. So what you have from Brownsville all the way to San Diego is just abject chaos. So how is this helping the United States? How?
Well, honestly, how is it helping children as well? I mean, I'd rather have children locked in cages, as they say, that are protected, waiting for someone to claim them that can be clearly tested to be a parent or a relative, rather than this system now of colored wristbands by the mob and the cartels down across the border that are smuggling these children in to America clearly for the sex trade.
Well, I think there's a component of that, but the ruse is this. If the child gets here, then the child can bring the entire family under the Biden administration's policy. So I had Stephen Miller, you know Miller, right?
Yeah.
Chief Immigration Advisor for Trump.
Yeah.
He was on the No Spin News on Wednesday. And anybody can go to BillO'Reilly.com and watch that interview. This was one of the most important interviews I've ever done because Miller just documented the difference between what the Trump policy was on the border and what the Biden policy is after 6 weeks. It is absolutely astounding. And the reason it's happening is because the media does not report it. So people listening to us now don't live on the border. They don't know what's happening. So the cartels basically are charging $6,000 to smuggle children ages 10 to 16 into the country. All right. Their parents, their uncles, their brothers, whatever, pay the $6,000. The kids get here, tell the U.S. authorities, I'm so-and-so, I'm here. And then the authorities under the Biden administration have to search for the families who are usually waiting in Laredo, right across the border. As soon as they know where they are, and a lot of times the kids will give them the address and the cell phone number, whatever it may be, they can come in legally here because the child is here. And people just don't know what the deuce is happening. Now, this is going to lead in the next 2 years to hundreds of thousands of undocumented people coming into the United States. unsupervised, because as soon as they leave Brownsville or Laredo or wherever, Bisbee, Arizona, they vanish. The Biden administration doesn't know where they are.
Okay, so Bill,
They're given a summons, and they're not going to answer the summons.
how does the Biden administration expect to survive this tsunami
because nobody will know this.
No
one will know because the media blacks it out. That's how.
Well, but you will start to feel the impact in your cities, and with other things that he is doing, you're going to start feeling the impact.
I agree.
So
and I said there's three things that are going to dismantle him: the economy, and you're seeing a shaky stock market now. Okay, immigration and cancel culture. Those three things are going to undermine his administration. But here's the really frightening part about it. If you and me and Stu were talking to President Biden right now, he could not explain and does not know what is happening on that border. He does not have the capacity, in my humble opinion, to absorb information and analyze anything. He sits there and Susan Rice brings in paperwork and tells him to sign it and tells him what to tell Jen Psaki to say. That's what's happening. We have a guy there who simply cannot, not will not, it's not a will not, cannot process information. And that's who you have as president of the United States right now.